Dr. Cora Wilson is one of the most highly celebrated obstetrician, or OB-GYN in the country. She is the founder and the head of the Obstetricians and Gynecologists Association of the state. Her colleagues look up to her, and always consult her in critical, or life-threatening medical situations. But just like other rags to riches or success stories, she has endured hardships and trials to get where she is right now. In fact, during the first year of her residency, she was always belittled by the other residents and her superiors, because of her poor performance. Her life made a 360-degree turn after their medical mission in the Philippines. They held their mission in one of the provinces in Visayas. Cora didn't have difficulty dealing with the people, because they were welcoming and hospitable. She only had a problem with the weather, because it was too hot during the day, and too cold at night. Also, Cora was quite bothered by an old woman with long white hair, because she was always staring at her, as if watching her every move. She tried to ignore her, but her presence is truly bothersome and annoying at some point. But little did Cora know that the old woman will be her savior. On the last night of their medical mission, she needed to go to a certain town to follow up on one patient. Transportation was limited at night, so she walked the bumpy and rocky road alone. It was dark and eerie. She only had her flashlight to guide her on the rough path. She had this weird sensation, that someone was staring at her from one of the tall creepy trees surrounding her. She panicked. She hurriedly walked and didn't stop even for a second, despite almost losing her breath. Then suddenly, she heard a loud sound coming from the sky. It was a strange and fearful sound. It sounded like enormous wings flapping. Cora ran as fast as she could. Then after some time, the sound grew softer and fainter. She felt relieved and stopped for a second. She was catching her breath when suddenly, sharp claws clamped into her shoulders, and lifted her way up high into the sky. She was horror-stricken. She screamed, crying for help. She struggled, trying to release the grip from her. But as she tried to free herself, the claws went deeper into her skin. After minutes of flying, they landed in front of a nipa hut located in the middle of the forest. Cora was horrified when she saw what carried her. It was a viscera sucker or a Manananggal. It was the most gruesome and terrifying creature that she had ever seen. It's vampire-like, and its wings are huge and bat-like. It has long white hair and its darting red eyes that kept looking at her, as if ready to devour her any moment. It has an elongated proboscis-like tongue. What's more horrifying is that it only has its upper body. Its lower limbs are missing. Blood is dripping from its exposed entrails. Cora threw up upon seeing the horrendous sight. Then she gasped when the lower half of the body walked past beside her. It walked towards its upper body and connected itself to it. She was stricken with fright. She feared for her life. Her dream to become an OB-GYN will end in a few seconds, she thought. Then unexpectedly the viscera sucker, now with upper and lower body connected together and transformed back into its human form, approached and talked to her calmly. Cora slowly raised her face. She was eye to eye with the woman. She recognized her. It was the old woman who kept on staring at her during the medical mission. She was shocked. The woman assured Cora that she will not take away her life, but instead will give her a new one. A life that she had longed for. Cora got confused. The woman said that she was dying. She said that she stopped eating fetuses, babies and human intestines years ago, which made her body weak. Her ability as a viscera sucker or a Manananggal must be passed on to someone, or else, it will be a total waste and will be lost forever. Cora fearfully refused. The woman said that the moment she saw her, she smelled desperation and powerlessness emanating from her body. She sensed her hunger and desire to take revenge on the people, who have belittled and treated her like a trash. Cora was speechless. Her fear slowly faded, as her realization of what the woman said started to dawn on her. After minutes of deep thinking, she finally agreed. The old woman became ecstatic as she began to puke black sticky saliva from her mouth. Cora stepped back a few feet away, when she saw something moving from the woman's mouth. It's a black chick chirping. The old woman handed the small chick to her, and told her to swallow it. Cora hesitated. But the black chick went up to her arms, then forced itself inside her mouth. She gagged as she clasped her throat. She fell on the ground as her body trembled. She felt heat circulating her entire being. After a few minutes, she stood up and felt reborn. The old woman was unconscious on the ground. Then suddenly, her body started to be consumed by fire, until it turned into ashes. After that incident, Cora gained inhuman capabilities. When she returned to her residency, everyone was surprised by her sudden metamorphosis. She has become the top resident, and eventually made a name for herself. She can determine immediately and with great accuracy the condition of the fetus, or the baby inside the mother's womb, because she can smell its sweetness even from miles away. If there is any slight rotten smell, or a hint of bitterness or sourness coming out of the mother, then there's something wrong with the baby. And from a viscera sucker's point of view, the baby is not healthy to be consumed. To satisfy her hunger and craving for human entrails and babies, she goes to the morgue at the hospital's basement. When she feels she needs to transform into a full-blown viscera sucker or Manananggal, she does it in the secrecy of her own home. Life did change for the better for Dr. Cora Wilson, after all.